Good morning. It's the early hours. It's just gone midnight actually. I thought I'd do a quick unboxing video of something that came in the post today, and I got these buildings. Ordered them online on the 1st, and today's the 3rd, so delivery time was superb. So I've got some MDF buildings from Tabletop Scenics. This is a company I've not used before, and I found out about them via our local War Games club. There was some Wild West buildings, and somebody said that they were quite cheap, so I looked at the website and had a little rummage around and found these. Now they're actually 25mm, slightly different from the 28mm that we wargame with, but what's 3mm between friends? I've got 4. So I've got the Village Maison Celeste from their World War series. They do lots of other series, so Wild West, World War II, European, and lots of fantasy stuff. So this one was £5 and the other 3 were £7 each. We've got the Village Maison Amélie, 2-storey house. We've got a village shop, 2-storey. And we've got the village bakery, very similar to the village shop. And well, a little bit different from the Maison Amélie. So let's just put. We'll have a look at this one, shall we? We'll do a little unboxing on one of them. So this is how it comes, shrink wrapped. Looks like there's 2 sheets of MDF in there and a sheet of card. So let's have a look. So what have we got? Nothing on the back, so it says instructions are available at ttcombat.com, which is the website I bought them from. We've got some card, window shutters, and I guess these are some kind of oh no, they're the corners, the cornerstones, corners of the buildings, and then some what do you call them, veranda hanging things that go over the front of the shop. There, whatever they're called. So that's the card. Then we've got 2 sheets of MDF. So the wall edges, section of roof and floor, and whatever they're called, names escaped me again, or still. And then we've got the rest of the walls and the other part of the roof, and various supports. So, it's my trusty German officer. I think he'll just fit through the door there, although the base is sort of double size because it's got a washer on the bottom, but yeah, I guess he'll fit through the door. So that's a quick look at the Tabletop Scenics World War II European buildings. I'll put this one together and come back in a minute. Okay, so I've put together the village shop. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes, including cutting the parts out. I've not glued it yet, so that's the reason why I haven't added the shutters and corner pieces. So I'll leave that for when I've put the glue on. So this is the finished, well, not the finished, but the put together building. It went together okay. The pieces generally are nice and snug. Getting the parts out of the board was perhaps a little bit more difficult than Sarissa. The other buildings I've got are Sarissa, so I'd probably advise cutting them out with a knife. The little tags that hold the pieces into the frame are just a little bit thicker, I think, than the Sarissa ones, so they can take a little bit of forcing out, but if you use a sharp knife, it's not a problem. The only issue fitting it all together were the roof struts here. They're very tight and did take a little bit of forcing into the slots, but the rest of them went together fine. So it's a two-story building. It comes apart. The little tags here get slotted in, so it doesn't come with sort of pre-formed tags to enable it to go fit snugly into position. You slot those in afterwards, but that works fine. The only sort of fitting issue is these window ledges, which slot in to the edges of the windows there. Actually, I don't know, it's going to fall out. They're quite loose, so hence I've not put those on because they'll just fall straight out. So they'll need gluing. But as I was going to glue it anyway, that's not really an issue. Just a minor niggle, really. So you get all the ledges here for all the windows. There we go. Actually, I've just noticed that that's not very straight. Is that because I haven't got those pushed in properly? Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's it. So there's the frontage. There's my officer, and plenty of room for him to get in and out the doors. So no issues with the model being 25mm. In fact, I grabbed one of my Sarissa buildings, which is a 28mm building. Ignore the paint job because it's not finished. It's been sitting on the shelf for months in this state. I haven't got around to finishing it. But the way that these connect, you can see on the side that they've got the slots and tags there. And actually, I think they're probably a little bit more difficult than these, because you don't need to sort of line them up really. You just slot it on and it falls into place, whereas these you've got to be careful that you line the tags up, and they're only thin, so I think they could be prone to breaking, but anyway, size wise I think it compares really well. In fact, the 25mm building is slightly taller. There we go. so the roof is slightly taller, and you actually wouldn't know that one was 28mm and one was 25, to be honest. I think they look fine together. I can't remember how much the Sarissa building was, but I'm sure it was more than £7. Maybe around 12, maybe 12 to 15. I'm not entirely sure without looking it up, but certainly more expensive than the Tabletop Scenics. So I'm quite pleased with that. At some stage I'll glue it together and add the bits and pieces on the card, you know, the shutters and things, and the corner pieces is a nice touch, which you don't get with Sarissa. So you put the corner parts on, which are just card, and they actually cover up these tags and slots, which I think is actually quite a nice touch, because they do stick out a mile. So I think that's a nice way of covering those up with these little side corner brick pieces. So I think that'll look good. I'm not sure when I'll get around to painting those. Got tons and tons of stuff on the workbench, but I think I've got 4 of the buildings. I think I will definitely be shopping again at Tabletop Scenics. Nice little product, and a great little price as well. So that's my unboxing review of Tabletop Scenics World War II series of buildings, European buildings, 4 of them, and I shall look forward to. Oh, I ought to mention the instructions. Not that you probably need them, but they're available on the website. You just click on the individual building in the shop, and where you can buy it, and below is a little link to a download, and you can download a PDF of the instructions if required. So that's it. Thanks for watching.